Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Waffle Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, all three of us. If Patreon's your thing, check out the link in the description below. There's absolutely loads and loads of stuff on there. Starts just $3 a month. Helps put the channel. Full watch-alongs to things like what we got on there that's new.
Band of Brothers.
Got Band of Brothers.
Yeah, that's what we're in about episode 6, 7?
5.
Five.
We just finished 5.
Oh, okay. It's but we're well into that anyway. It's brilliant.
Very
Absolutely
good.
Brilliant. Yeah. So if it's like watch-alongs, check it out. Top 10 best breakfast foods Americans love to eat.
What's your favourite American breakfast food?
I'd probably go with steak and eggs.
Yeah, I quite like steak and eggs with potatoes.
I would like steak and eggs, but I don't really feel like that's a breakfast food.
I know what you mean until you have it.
Yeah.
I was always like against it. I was always like, I can't have that for breakfast. It's just too heavy.
Steak.
And then they had it, but they're only like little 4-ounce steaks, aren't they? That they serve up in like. One good thing about New Jersey was just full of diners.
Yeah,
and
I like
loads of
diners.
diners, and it was great just to go in and some of the lads used to play soccer with me, so they owned the diners. So like wherever I went, it was like got a table straight away, never had to pay.
Yeah.
Got
I do
private
love an
service.
omelette as well, though.
I'd say
with
like
little
classic
potatoes.
pancakes and bacon and maple syrup.
I actually like biscuits and gravy now.
Same.
Yeah,
Biscuits and
that's
gravy is a
good.
good shout.
We tried that.
Yeah. Yeah, should we get into this? See
Yeah.
what it is. What
Top
do you
10.
think what do you think number one's going to be?
Pancakes.
I'm going to say pancakes or
pancakes.
waffles.
Yeah.
Ooh, waffles, yeah.
Every morning there's a free continental breakfast.
You know the
good skit,
saying,
that.
Yeah.
breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So if you
Yeah,
need
they have donuts for
ideas on
breakfast,
how to
don't
start
they?
your day, here are the top 10
Oh.
best breakfast.
Bagels.
Bagels.
Bagels are good.
If you're from New York, it's got to be bagels, right?
Yeah, it's,
I,
used
li-
to-
I like it
Like
everything
bacon, egg, and
bagel.
cheese sandwich.
if you stop at like Dunkin' Donuts on the way into work in the morning, got me a box of Joe, which is a big box of coffee, and I got like a bagel with like ham and cheese on it, a Canadian ham.
Do you know what else they have that you'd probably like? Croissants with cheese and ham on. Really nice. Yeah.
That's interesting,
Yeah.
that.
Foods.
Is that bacon on your turkey leg?
They call it a Swanson.
Breakfast burrito. If you're looking for a way to get a boost of energy in the mornings, look no further. Breakfast burritos are a great source of protein, fiber, vitamin A, and vitamin C. These rolls of goodness are a great way to combine everything you love. There are plenty of ways to make up the filling, and you can include anything you want.
Whatever you want in there,
Avocado? Go for it. Scrambled eggs? Of course. And if you're feeling extra spicy, don't forget to add some of that sweet, sweet hot sauce.
Yeah, boy.
While breakfast burritos seem like a no-brainer nowadays, they only came into being quite recently. Tia Sophia's, a New Mexican diner in Santa Fe, claims that it was the first to use the term breakfast burrito, and that only goes back to 1975. The term caught on quickly, though, and soon fast food joints like McDonald's and Taco Bell
have that
incorporated
over
it
here, do
into
you?
their
No.
menus. So, from the bottom
No, I've seen it over here.
I've never heard of a breakfast burrito.
I've seen it over here because I thought to myself when they mentioned it. Then he said like it's only a recent thing. I thought never heard of it. Like 2 years ago, I'd never heard of it, and then I seen it. I can't remember when I seen it though, but I seen one here just the other day, and I thought breakfast burrito here now as well. Thought big.
Yeah, it was
Do you know what
it?
it might
'Cause I
have
remember you saying.
Was it a football? Might have been one of the football matches we were at.
Really?
Yeah, possibly.
of our hearts, we thank Tia Sophia for introducing these delights into the world. And
Alchemist.
Was it?
as we keep moving on, take a second to hit that like button,
Does
would
look
ya?
good though.
Thank you. Next!
Bacon and eggs.
What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
The world has held a fascination with bacon for years now. But what is a slice of bacon if you don't have eggs to go along with it? Bacon and eggs are probably the most classic hot breakfast out there. But where did it all start? Well, eggs have been a popular breakfast food for centuries. This is probably because out of all of the foods, eggs were one of the easiest to get your hands on, especially if you owned a couple of chickens. But their popularity only grew in the 20th century when they got partnered with their bestie, bacon. In the 1920s, it wasn't common for Americans to eat heavy breakfasts, but one man, Edward Bernays, set out to change that. On behalf of Beechnut, a packaging company that had started producing food, Bernays persuaded doctors to promote bacon and eggs as a healthy breakfast. He was able to convince nearly 5,000 doctors to sign a letter recommending the hearty breakfast. And and was published in newspapers as the best way to start your day. The idea spread like wildfire, and soon people across America had heard about it. As for Beech Nut, their sales increased dramatically, and now we can't imagine a world in which we don't eat bacon and eggs for
it's probably like the two most popular foods in breakfasts.
In the
Yeah.
Western world, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really eat much. Well, they eat turkey bacon, don't they? In like the Muslim world.
Yeah.
It's but it's I'm not keen on turkey bacon. I just don't.
No, I'm not a fan of it either.
I prefer
not when
like
you've got pork.
I prefer like the bacon you get in America as well compared to where.
See, I prefer the one over here.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's different. Different.
It
cook,
depends.
isn't
Like if I'm having like a full English, I'd want the one like you'd have here. But if I'm having it like on pancakes or like with eggs, I like
streaky
that.
bacon.
Streaky bacon, yeah.
I like it crispy like that.
Yeah, same.
breakfast.
Just not any world that I live in.
Cereal.
It's empty. It's just Cheerios and coloring books.
Cereal, the breakfast for people who are in too much of a rush to make anything else. It's quick, easy, and tasty, and that's
cereal.
why we love it.
I feel
Plus,
like their
cereal
cereal's a lot
isn't
better
just
as well.
reserved for
More
breakfast,
choice.
and it's
Full of
also a great
sugar.
snack to eat while watching TV, when you randomly get hungry at 4 a.m., or if you're just downright bored. Sugary cereals like Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops certainly have a nostalgic twinge to them, even if they are extremely bad for us. And the more grown-up types of cereals with oats and raisins sometimes aren't too bad either. But is cereal the best that we can do? Let's be honest here, cereal doesn't fill you up for breakfast, and depending on the brand, it doesn't
If
give
it's like
you
a
enough
chocolatey one, it
energy
does.
to make it until lunch. Or if it does give you a boost of energy, you're probably going to have a huge sugar crash a few hours later.
Yeah.
Healthy cereal isn't always tasty or satisfying. It's just something we eat because we feel guilty about buying these sugary yet yummier cereal.
Oops.
In other words, there's just no winning, unless you find a toy in the bottom of your cereal box. Cereal is still a classic breakfast option, even if it doesn't bring much in terms of nutrition, but it's still better than not having any breakfast at all. That being said, cereal does have plenty of variety to choose from, so if you're ever feeling adventurous, you've got shelf after shelf to pick from.
Awesome!
Waffles.
We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Waffles, waffles, waffles. Donkey from Shrek was obsessed with these
Love
sweet
waffles.
treats, and you know what? He was onto something. Waffles are a fantastic breakfast item because they can add an extra layer of fanciness to your morning. You see, with a pancake or toast,
I'd take toast over a waffle.
I like toast.
Same.
Different things though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd take toast over a waffle though. If I had choice on my plate, it's toast on there instead of waffle.
I think if I had waffle, it'd be more of like a dessert with like.
Yeah,
berries and
waffle is
chocolate.
more. I wouldn't have a waffle for breakfast. Waffle's like after dinner.
Yeah.
you've got a flat piece of bread like food. But with waffles, you get texture. Not to mention all the creases are perfect for collecting pools of maple syrup, chocolate sauce, or little blueberries.
Delicious.
Waffles are kind of like next level pancakes, and that's why we love them. Just like pancakes, waffles provide a whole lot of variety, which means that there's a waffle out there for everyone. Strawberry waffles, blueberry waffles, the options are endless. And is there really any better way to start your day than by taking a quick photo of your breakfast for your Instagram account? Waffles have the capability of being both pretty and delicious. A waffle is an experience, plain and simple. Perfect for a cozy Sunday morning or brunch with a friend. Waffles add to the atmosphere. And if you're sick of regular waffles, we would recommend Belgian waffles. When done right, the waffles will tend to be crispy on the outside but light on the inside. And who doesn't want that?
Shut up and take my money.
Home fries.
Must quench with French fries.
This breakfast food goes by many names: home fries, hash browns, or breakfast
Hash
potatoes.
brown.
At the end of the day, these are deliciously crispy and, well, just yummy. While these delicacies aren't usually eaten alone for breakfast, they help provide that extra something that people need with their breakfast. And that's what people love about these morning potatoes. They can go with just about anything. Hash browns with eggs and bacon,
Yeah, they
hash
are good.
browns with pancakes, and even hash browns with toast. All super delicious. There are plenty of ways to mix and match these potatoes, giving them the versatility that we all need in the wee hours of the morning. Plus,
See, I like most stuff from McDonald's, right? But I don't like the hash browns.
Hash brown's one of the best things in the breakfast from McDonald's.
But I don't mind hash browns if you go to like a diner or a restaurant or whatever. But what's the shredded potato ones? Is that they call them hash browns as well? Or home fries? Yeah.
No.
It's like the shredded potato, isn't it? I prefer them.
Potatoes are a great source of vitamins, starch, and fiber.
Ah, that good, huh?
That being said, if you're getting hash browns at a fast food joint, they're probably going to be deep fried and loaded with oil and trans fat. If that's a concern for you, consider making them at home instead. There are plenty of ways to make this recipe healthy, including using different types of oil, and of course, being aware of the number of hash browns you're eating. Once you've got the art of hash brown making under your belt, you'll always have the option in the morning. Is there any better way to start your day than with a hot potato?
Right.
Donuts.
Eat the donut.
Some people like donuts, some people love donuts, and then there are those who love donuts for breakfast. Sometimes donuts are just the boost of sugar you need to motivate yourself to get out of bed. Dessert for breakfast. What's wrong with that? Well, while this is certainly a fun start to the day, be warned that it might not be the healthiest.
Think about it.
Experts even suggest against eating donuts for breakfast. Why? Because most of them have 15 to 30 grams of sugar each. With such a huge amount of sugar in a small pastry, your body pumps out loads of insulin to try to accommodate the sugar influx. A huge blood sugar spike leads to an even bigger sugar crash. This extreme up and down leaves you hungry soon after your breakfast, and you'll crave even more refined carbs. This cycle, up and down, sugar high, and then sugar crash, is hard to get out of once you're in it, so it's probably easier to skip donuts altogether. If you're really into the idea of having donuts for breakfast while avoiding that sugar crash, there are plenty of recipes online that claim they can make donuts a good breakfast option. So why not give it a go?
The amount of sugar in them, I'm surprised that I don't like them. I don't like donuts.
How can you not like
fat
donuts?
as well.
Just a classic glazed donut is the best
Just
donut. One of the
not-
best things you could have as a treat.
I like
never
them
really
stuffed
sort of
with
like,
like a custard.
Never gets me going. Never really, so like doesn't tickle me fancy, as they say.
I've not had a donut for years.
No, me neither.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Pancakes.
Come on over
Yeah.
here, sugar.
Aunt Jemima.
Is there any feeling
It's not
like
gonna be number
waking
one,
up
though.
to the smell of
Sausage.
pancakes wafting towards you? While that childhood experience may be gone, you can still recreate it by making pancakes yourself. Pancakes come in all kinds of flavors, sweet and savory, chocolate or blueberry. You can even add some Nutella if you're feeling extra adventurous.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Or if you're feeling a bit more traditional, you can simply add butter and maple syrup and call it a day. Whether you cut them in slices, squares, or sliced like a pizza, pancakes are always there to boost your
don't think
morning.
anyone's slicing
And
it like a
seems
pizza.
our ancestors would agree with us. Did you know that humans may have been eating pancakes since prehistoric times? According to the analysis of Stone Age tools and looking at the contents of naturally preserved humans, pancakes have been in our diets for centuries. While it's true that everyone makes their pancakes differently, the French like a thin crepe, whereas Americans prefer thicker, fluffier pancakes, it's nice to know that making flat, circular breakfast foods has been part of our history since the very beginning. In other words, pancakes are a great way to start the day and have been throughout our history. Of course,
Is Pancake Day a global thing, or is it just a regional thing, like an English thing?
I thought it was just like an English thing because we got loads of weird days like that, haven't we?
No, it's Shrove Tuesday.
Shrove
isn't it?
Tuesday it is, but you make pancakes and it's called Pancake Day.
No, I think you have it in America.
They do?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember.
I thought it was just an English thing
Yeah.
or British thing.
Yeah, it's I don't need. It's
I thought it was a Christian thing.
yeah, same.
Because like we don't eat They have pancakes every day. That we have a pancake day because we don't really have pancakes that often.
you can make pancakes whenever you want.
No, yeah, but we
not
don't.
Tuesday.
Though, but we don't.
Can't, yeah, it can't
not
be
Tuesday in
Shrove
April.
Tuesday, can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not having one of them pancakes, but I don't know. I don't know anywhere that sells pancakes as like they're not on the menu. There's like there's a diner sell it over the road, the little village cafe thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they sell them in there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, when we
Over
went
the
for
years,
breakfast.
people have explored plenty of different options with pancakes. There's pancake art, jiggly pancakes, and even unicorn pancakes. Whichever you choose to do, know that pancakes are always there to cheer you up.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oatmeal.
I am made of oats and
Oatmeal.
fiber.
Oatmeal used to be this drab breakfast that your parents would make for you when they wanted you to eat a healthy breakfast. But now it seems to have reinvented itself, and we are here for it. Considering
like
all
oats.
the Insta-ready
Yeah.
oatmeal bowls that are
Porridge.
blowing up
Yeah.
and all the aesthetic oatmeal photos on Pinterest, it's safe to say that this breakfast isn't just for your grandma anymore. Why is oatmeal coming back into fashion? Well, for one, it's easy to make oatmeal pretty, at least before you start eating it. Not only is it nice to look at, but it's also fairly easy to assemble, and you can make it super healthy. Oats have plenty of benefits, including fiber, plenty of protein, and healthy fats. Plus, oats are extremely affordable, meaning that it's perfect for anyone watching their wallet.
Very double noise.
On top of that, it can be super convenient. Many people are now preparing their oatmeal beforehand, making
Overnight
it a
oats.
great option for people who are on the go. It's also highly customizable. The options are truly endless when it comes to adding extras to your oatmeal.
It's funny, she slated cereal for being on the go. But, you know, like, got a really bad rap cereal in this,
Yeah.
what's it? And then
Yeah.
praising oatmeal.
That's true.
It's probably because it's healthy, isn't
It
it?
is, it's very healthy.
Whereas if you get Fruit Loops and stuff, they're not as healthy, are they?
No.
Sausage and gravy. Do you think biscuits and gravy? Sorry.
Which makes this a great breakfast option.
Just waiting for my breakfast.
Lewis!
Not an omelette.
It's gross, huh?
It's perfect.
Does anything get more
French
classic
toast.
than toast? Just like pancakes, toast
that's
has
a
been
thick
around
piece
for
of toast.
centuries.
That's French
It begins, of course, with bread. The earliest archaeological evidence of flour dates back around 30,000 years, meaning people have been making bread for a very long time.
Now you know.
Bread is a staple food in many civilizations, such as ancient Greece and in ancient Egypt, where they figured out that if you left the dough in the sun for a while, it would rise. The Egyptians then invented the closed oven, where they started making leavened bread. At this point in history,
That looks
leavened
nice.
bread was considered to be superior to flat bread, but there was a problem. If you left the bread out in the desert heat for too long, it would go hard and become difficult to eat. This is where toast comes in. It's thought that toast was invented as a way to preserve bread rather than as a breakfast item. By toasting the slices of bread, they lasted longer as palatable food, which was good news for everyone. Toast then spread to the Roman Empire. Fun fact, the word toast comes from the Latin word tostum, which means to burn or to scorch. The first electric toaster was created in 1893 by Alan McMasters, which then sparked the invention of the automatic toast turner in 1913, and then the modern pop-up toaster in 1919. It goes to show that throughout history, humans have kept a love for bread deep in their hearts.
Nice.
Coffee.
What do you think the best topping or the best spread is for toast?
Marmalade.
Marmalade.
Jam.
I would say, but it has to have butter on it first
Yeah,
and
I
then
agree.
jam.
Butter
Yeah.
than jam, yeah.
I don't put butter on my sandwiches, but I put it on my toast and marmalade. And I like
Coffee.
brown toast.
It's not really your food.
It's not a burn from Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Okay, we know this doesn't technically count as a breakfast item, but the truth is there are plenty of people who only have time for coffee in the morning. This hot, caffeinated drink is one of the
I've never
easiest
tried it.
ways to wake yourself up
Coffee.
in the morning. And while it's not necessarily the healthiest option, it helps millions of people every single day. But did you know that coffee wasn't really that popular until the 19th century? So how did people of the past start their day? With alcohol. It has been shown that
Yeah,
ancient Egyptians
the
would
real
have
way.
bread and beer for breakfast, while
Yeah,
the
I'm
ancient
starting
I
to
do
Greeks
that. I
and
do
Ro-
that sometimes.
We're going to go back to that
I do that.
when we go football.
Well, in like Germany, they have breakfast beers, don't they?
When
I
went-
found myself on the bus at 7 in the morning drinking a beer, mate. It was breakfast.
When I went to a large car manufacturer based in Germany, and went there for a meeting, and they took me in and they said, "What do you want for breakfast?" And I went, "Oh, I don't know his menu." And he went, "Oh, we're going to get a beer." And I was like, and he's winding me up, right? I'm like, "Getting a beer? It's like 7 in the morning." They went, "Yeah, we have 2 beers before we start." And I'm like looking at him thinking, I'm not sure.
I would just agree to it.
And
I'd
he
be
went,
like, yeah, hell yeah.
"Do you want a beer or not?" I went, "Yeah, go on then. If everyone else is having one, let's do it. Let's do it." Yeah,
Hell
he
yeah.
brought beers over and like pancakes and whatever, and like a spread. But that's
Crazy.
Germans.
Romans preferred wine. But once people realized that it probably wasn't the best idea, alcohol for breakfast faded out of style, and coffee was suddenly in. Just like today, people loved coffee because of the caffeine.
Do you normally take
coffee with your sugar?
What?
As industrialization took seed, so did the popularity of coffee because people had to go off and be productive. Just like today, workers started early and worked for the majority of the day, so a little bit of caffeine certainly helped. All in
Would you say that it's more popular in the US for coffee in the morning or over here?
Oh, definitely the US.
Yeah.
100%.
Everybody, like on the way to work, everybody stops and gets a coffee.
Yeah.
Or they take one with them. I guess there's more automatic cars.
I think,
there's too many tea drinkers as well over here.
Yeah, I was going to say tea's probably. I would imagine tea outsells coffee over here.
I don't know. Not to have first thing in the morning. I reckon coffee, but then you have tea more throughout the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have coffee in the morning and then tea throughout the day.
I always try and look when I go to Costa Coffee. I always try and look to see what people are eating or drinking, just like get an opinion of what people are having during the breakfast sort of thing. But you see a lot of them nice fruit
Frappes,
drinks.
yeah.
So like orange, big cups of orange juice that are like frozen.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Yeah. You see a lot of them being sold, but coffee, I don't think we're nowhere near as big coffee drinkers.
No.
Even if you take it down to the population size, I don't know if you pro-rata it, it's still nowhere near. I don't think. No.
in all, a cup of joe is a great way to get that much-needed energy boost.
Another cold brew? Don't mind if I cold do.
Show us some love. Tap or
Yeah, these are some
So
things
number
that are
one
missing
was
there.
coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine
never have
more
coffee.
coffee sold than any other breakfast item if you want.
Yeah, it probably
But I
is.
wouldn't classify it as a breakfast food item.
Well, none of us really eat in the morning.
No, I had some fruit sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just grab a bottle.
What's something that wasn't on there that you thought would be?
Sausage, biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy, yeah, that's true. What about like a classic, like a yogurt?
Yeah, fruit
I
and
love a yogurt. I love a yogurt.
Fruit and
That's a
yogurt.
good one.
That's what I have in the morning sometimes.
Fruit
Fruit and
and
yogurt.
yogurt.
Yeah, but that wasn't on there. That's quite healthy, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah, we don't eat till
Pizza from the night before wasn't there?
Yeah, curries. Yeah, a nice Indian curry to start the day. Right, nice spicy madras.
It's funny when you go to different places though what they have for breakfast, because in India they do have rice and curry.
I went to India, man, and I tell you what, even the cornflakes tasted curry powdered. I was just like, can't get away from it. I was just like, well, I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm like looking for something to eat that didn't have any kind of spices on it. You know, you end up eating like a banana, but even
I'll
when
be
you,
alright, man.
you
I love Indian
back,
food. But...
peel a banana back, and you can still taste it. And I'm like, it's on everything. Doused everything.
It's in the air.
It's in the air, yeah. But it's these, like you say, when you go country to country, how different it is with
it is mad.
Sort of like food choices throughout the day as well, not just breakfast.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoyed that.
Still doesn't beat an full English though, right?
Full English is the go-to.
Somebody in the comments said that they really enjoyed your Philly cheesesteak that you made, but they want to see Gaynor make a full English breakfast.
Yeah, full English is like you've got to get it. You've got to have the sausages perfect as well. They've got to be like dark brown.
The eggs have to be perfect.
Yeah, the eggs have to be perfect. Yeah. It's a lot of the cafes over here. They've got it down pat. Even the greasy wagons that you go to, the greasy spoons. Go there, they just rack them up straight away, and they're always good. It's very hard to get a bad one.
Yeah.
You don't get. Anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.